of Lunch with a Legend, presented by the Student Government Association Student for the Chattanooga, Tennessee, a 2010 graduate of LeMoyne-Owen College with a bachelor's in music. He also served as Mr. LLC for the 2007 through 2009 school year and was the first Mr. LLC to reign twice. Mr. HBCU in 2008 and 2009. He's also a member of Alpha Phi Alpha, a fall 2006 Beta Xi chapter initiate. He's married to Ms. Jennifer Hurd, a 2011 LLC graduate, and he currently works as a sales accountant executive for FedEx. I have the pleasure to introduce Mr. Jerome Hurd.
How y'all doing? Well, this is kind of, normally when I'm talking, I don't sit down. So this is kind of weird. I feel like I need to sit down for the video's sake. What's weird to me is when I was going, never thought that I'd be considered a legend. It's an honor, but still weird to think about. So I guess to give a background of me. Is that what it is? Just talk about me? That's weird. I don't talk about me. I'm not important, but no. So just like she stated, I'm born and raised in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So how I got to LeMoyne, I guess, is a funny and weird story. So since we got time, I'm gonna give you the story. So I got to LeMoyne. So I actually, my high school choir teacher, she spoke with the choir director here at the time, which was Ashley Davis. So a lot of y'all probably won't know who he is, but Ashley Davis was the choir director here, and she met him at the All East competition for high school choirs. And he told her that he was looking for, tenor voices in the choir. And y'all come on in. Y'all ain't gotta be shy. How y'all doing? Hey. So she said, hey, I got a great tenor. His name's Jerome. I'm pretty sure you'll like him. And he was like, but it's past the deadline. So he's going to have to send in an audition tape. He was like, because we need tenors, we'll just go ahead and see if we can let them slide. So at the time, I was preparing to go to the Navy. I wasn't even going to go to college because unfortunately, I wasn't a good high school student. I actually graduated high school with a 2.0 and a 16 on the ACT. So here, right there is what the importance of LeMoyne-Owen is to people like me. LeMoyne shaped me. Because I wasn't a good student, a lot of colleges didn't accept me. So fortunately, I could sing pretty well. And no, I'm not singing, so don't ask. So fortunately, I could sing pretty well, and I did an audition video and sent it in. And I remember sitting in my choir class with my choir teacher, and she gets a phone call. She looks at it and she walks out, and then I'm sitting in. Oh, what's this? Am I taking a picture? Yeah, we're gonna make sure you're safe. Did I look good with that picture, y'all? You know what I'm saying? Get my pose on. But so she steps out, and which she never does, and she comes back in with tears in her eyes. She's crying. I'm like, what? Oh, somebody done died. Why she crying? She walks in and she says, y'all not gonna believe this. And there you go. Hey, y'all. You're a good looking brother. What's up, y'all? Thank you, brother. See, that takes a real man to say another man's a good looking brother. Thank you, brother. Bald head connection right there. That's what it is. But so she comes back in and she's crying, and she says, y'all not gonna believe this, but Jerome's going to college. I say, I don't believe it, because nobody was accepting me, my little GPA and my little ACT scores. Nobody wanted me. Who wants me? And she said, also, the man on the phone said, whatever financial aid don't pay for, they're gonna pay for. Wait, what? So you saying I ain't gotta pay for college? So you telling me I'm gonna go to college? I wasn't even planning on going to college, and the college is gonna pay for me to come to college? Okay, so what's the name of this college? She said LeMoyne-Owen College. Luckily, my teacher was from Memphis. Never heard of the college, had never even came to the college. I just sent an audition tape. I didn't even know the name of the college when I sent the audition tape. I just sang and she said, hey, it's a good opportunity to go to college. So I ended up the first day I laid eyes on LeMoyne-Owen College was the day I was moving into the dorms. At the time, it was Saxon dorms. Y'all got some new big old dorms over here now. So shout out to LeMoyne growing, but we had the little apartments over there, and we loved them little dorms. Honestly, I loved the little dorms. You know, it was like we grew up. But how LeMoyne shaped me. I know I got a degree from LeMoyne, and this shows destiny. Honestly, I know I have a degree from LeMoyne, but I don't do anything with my degree. I don't. I sing around the house and get on my wife's nerves with my degree. But I learned so much more about life because I came to LeMoyne. So when I got to LeMoyne, I was a freshman, obviously, and a lot of the staff would just see me around and say, hey, you need to go talk to Miss Mentor. You need to go talk to Miss Mentor. I'm like, who is this Mentor lady? By the way, where my mama is? She ain't even in here. Okay, she's not here. Okay, so you need to go talk to Miss Mentor. You need to go talk to Miss Mentor. I'm like, who is Miss Mentor? So I end up seeing her stand up because she was over, what's it called? It's not called chapel, but freshman seminar. That's what it's called. She was over freshman seminar at the time. She was one of the people over freshman seminar. So I went and talked to her. She said, hey, I need you in the royal court. I was like, I don't know about that. I just want to be a regular person. Because that's what I do. I just want to be a regular person. At the time, I wanted to play basketball because I was a basketball player in high school too. But because LeMoyne was paying me to come here and sing, I was in every single choir you can possibly imagine, every single voice quartet, anything like that. I was a part of it, and it didn't allow me to play basketball. So Miss Mentor grabbed hold of me, and this is where my life began to change due to LeMoyne-Owen College. So the great thing about LeMoyne-Owen College is it allows you to develop relationships with your professors, and that in itself is more than going to anywhere else and getting a prestigious degree. Because without the relationships that I developed with Miss Mentor, Miss Salisbury, Dr. Battles, Miss Wilson, who's the piano. Is Miss Wilson even still here? Is she still here? Miss Wilson? Oh, she was the pianist, the piano teacher when I was here. Without developing those relationships, I honestly wouldn't be where I am now. So Miss Mentor grabbed hold of me, and I never forget. We had the freshman pageant, you know, to become a part of the royal court, and my little self coming from Chattanooga, you know, not well versed in, you know, dressing up and stuff like that. She said, I need everybody to come take pictures for the pageant. I showed up in a wife beater tank top, y'all, to take a picture for the pageant, y'all. And she said, you know what? I'm gonna take this picture too, and you're gonna have to live with this. And I think she still has that picture to this day, somewhere like in her office, just to remind people of where I started and to now. I got 3 pictures hanging up in the student center. But Miss Mentor, she grabbed me, and from that very first day of knowing her, she said, I'm going to make you Mr. LeMoyne. And then when, as time passed and time progressed, obviously I ended up under the wing of the current Mr. LeMoyne at the time. His name was Justin Key, which I'm pretty sure he's already done Luncheon with the Legend. And I'm mad he shouldn't have got it before me, but we ain't going to go there. Yeah, it's gonna make me wait all this time like I ain't got no big picture up in the student center. There go my mama. Hey, mama. I was just talking about you. I was just talking about you. You right on time. But at the time, Mr. LeMoyne-Owen was Justin Key, and we stayed in the same dorm. And which is part of the reason why I'm an alpha as well, because I saw how he carried himself and I saw what he did on campus and for the campus. And it led me to making a decision toward the fraternity. But not only that, but Justin Key, I didn't know how to tie a tie. I was just telling him how I showed up to take pictures for the freshman pageant when I won Mr. Freshman in a tank top. You were so mad at me. Hey, Mama Salisbury. Hey. See, I got two mamas, y'all. If y'all didn't know, can't nobody call them mama no more. I'm the last one. So Mama Salisbury and Mama Mentor. But so this is about relationships, guys. This is what this college does for people. You know, the relationships that I built is what molded me into the person I am now. So Justin Key taught me how to tie a tie. I didn't know how to tie a tie as a 19-year-old man. Well, young man, I wasn't a man yet, but 19-year-old man, I didn't know how to tie a tie. You know, the relationship. I then began to go on this wing. He, you know, taught me the different things about, you know, how to carry myself on campus and conduct myself. And then, you know, eventually Miss Mentor nurtured me to becoming Mr. LeMoyne-Owen. Now, here it is. The college is on my shoulders. I'm like, okay, I'm Mr. LeMoyne-Owen. What do I do? How do I carry myself? All right, Jerome, this is what you need to do here and here and here. We're going to go here. We're going to get you some suits. Because I went to Goodwill and I bought a suit. It was a wool suit too, y'all. It was terrible. It was a terrible, terrible suit. It was a wool gray suit. I got a Goodwill because Miss Mary said you need to have a suit before we go to, because we went to Wiley for the Kings and Queens conference. So you better have a suit when you come back. That's how she talked to me. You better have a suit when you come back. I said, yes, ma'am. So I went to Goodwill and bought me a suit. Big old jacket. The jacket was huge, y'all. But I had a suit. I followed instructions. So there's a lesson for you. Follow instructions. So Ms. Mentor eventually said, all right, look, we don't have the budget for you to go and compete for Mr. HBCU. I said, man. She was like, yeah, you know, at the time, LeMoyne-Owen was going through a financial crisis, and which is I'm going to get to next. So hold on, grab your seats. So we went to the conference, and at the time, Lisa Beasley was my queen, and me and Lisa, we talked. Ms. Mary, you probably don't even know. We talked about it. She was like, "I'm so mad that you are not going to be able to compete for Mr. HBCU." And I was like, "I know, man. You know, I think it'd be pretty cool. Like, I think I got a good chance to win." She's like, "I think you do too." So we get back to campus, and Miss Mentor comes to me. She said, "Hey, they found some money in the budget, and they're going to just send me and you to go and compete for Mr. HBCU." So at the time, LeMoyne-Owen was almost closed. We were in losing accreditation. I think that was the technical term for it. But we were in a position to where when we came back the next semester, we may not come back the next semester. LeMoyne-Owen might have been closed. So I went and competed for Mr. HBCU, and I won. And I remember going, and Ms. Mentor's in the backstage, and she's like, "Jerome, you gotta do this. Jerome, you gotta do this. Jerome, you gotta do this." I was like, "Ms. Mentor, please leave." Get out. I know, I remember I kicked you out because you were making me nervous. It's like, leave me alone. I'm about to go out here on stage. Leave me alone. But she did it because she cared. She did it because she cared so much, not only about me, but about our college. At the time, I didn't understand the position that I was in. I do now, years later, but I didn't understand the position that I was in and what I was doing at the time. So I win Mr. HBCU, and I can hear her scream. It was like, I mean, it was huge, a bunch of people out there, but I can hear her go, I'm pretty sure that's how she sounded. I knew it was her because you know your mama's voice. You know your mama's voice, and I could hear her scream. And when I got back to the campus, a lot of things that I don't remember, but one thing that I remember wholeheartedly was the genuine appreciation from the staff and the faculty. And to me, it was just, hey, you know, You know, I got a $1,500 check. You know what I mean? I got a $1,500 check because at the time I had just had a son, and I'm like, I got to go buy some kid stuff. I just had a $1,500 check. That's what it was for me. But what it was for the faculty and staff was something much more, and I didn't know until I got back that next semester. And I immediately was put in rooms with people who needed to donate to our college. I was immediately put in the room with congressmen. I was immediately put in the room. This is a young man with a 2.0 and a 16 on the ACT. That's who I was. That's exactly who I was. 2 years prior to being put in the room with congressmen and people who were put in place to make decisions about whether 300 faculty and staff will have a job. That to me, looking at it now, that's crazy. I am, maybe 21 years old, and now I'm in a position where I'm representing every single college, like my college, and now my college is about to close, and I have to be in a position where, hey, look, I'm representing all of these schools. You can't close my college. So now I'm, in a sense, helping save the school and not realizing it. So I remember Dr. Lipscomb. Is he still on the board? No? Okay. But I remember him talking, and he talked about finding a gem in the rough. I think it was his saying. And he mentioned me. And I'm like, because in my mind, I'm just a regular person. I'm just somebody that's simple, and I'm regular. A 2.0, 16 on ACT. That's who I am to me. Just Jerome. Because I talk to everybody on campus. I hug everybody on campus. I'm just regular. But to hear someone who's on the board say, we wouldn't be here if it weren't for this young man. It's mind-boggling to me. But I guess enough of the sappy stuff. But that was my matriculation throughout LeMoyne-Owen College to become a Mr. HBCU and Mr. LeMoyne-Owen twice on campus. Man, for y'all students, look, I'm gonna say this. For the students on campus, we had fun. We had a lot of fun, but we didn't have a lot of funds. If that makes sense. Y'all got way more funds to have fun with. So y'all need to be coming out to these things. I went to the comedy show and I was thoroughly disappointed at how many people was at the comedy show. It was a great comedy show. And I wasn't acting bad, was I, Madam President? I was nice hosting. I was good. Thank you. See, there we go. Because I'm professional today. But if I can say anything to the students that are attending LeMoyne-Owen now, the great thing about our college is it's exactly what you make it. And I had a blast at LeMoyne-Owen College, a blast. And if we had the funds that y'all have now and all the things that went on at homecoming back then, oh my goodness, I can only imagine what I'd be saying about LeMoyne-Owen College right now, because we had fun with the little that we had. Y'all have so much more than we had. You need to get your little butts out of the bed and get out here and enjoy these activities, because I promise you, college days swiftly pass. I wish I didn't have to get up and go to work at FedEx in the morning. I could just come here and go to Dr. Tudor class and listen to him talk about serial killers. So somebody just left. Somebody just walked out of Dr. Tudor class. Well, now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wish that was my life right now. I mean, because in the grand scheme of things, college was just fun. It was fun. Obviously, you know, because, okay, I keep saying 2.0 16, but I did graduate with honors. So, you know, if you apply yourself, that's my story. If you apply yourself, you know, you could do a lot more than just the mediocre. And I just didn't apply myself in high school. When I got here, people were paying for me to be here, so I technically had to apply myself. Well, I had two mamas too that was here that wouldn't let me not apply myself. Yeah, man, I wish I could do some of the things that y'all have the privilege of doing right now. And I'm also mad that y'all didn't have this on a Friday so I can get some fish in the cafeteria. So y'all ain't right. Or Monday, because the chicken buzzing too. The fried chicken and the fish. Monday and Friday, those are the days to be in the caf. The rest of the days, you don't know what you're gonna get. Or have some of the, well, we can't, I'm professional. I can't call it what we call it, but some of that special punch that's out there, with the strawberries in it. I needed some of that. I just want y'all to know, whoever's doing this the next time, Madam SGA president, you need to have some of that punch for us legends, because we know what it's about. But I guess that's I work for FedEx now. I am a sales executive. Sounds like a huge title, but I'm just a regular salesperson for FedEx. But I do make okay money. And this is the reason why I said this is where the relationships start. Had I not gotten the professional development that I did at LeMoyne-Owen College, I wouldn't be in corporate America. I'm in corporate America with a singing degree. Who does that, right? But because I was so well-rounded and I learned what I needed to do as Mr. LeMoyne and Mr. HBCU, flying out to different colleges and speaking. And a lot of times when I'm here, it was just, hey, Jerome, Miss Minna calling me, where you at, sweetie? I'm in the dorm. Put on a suit real quick. I'm asleep. I need you over here. So I go to Steel Hall. All right, where we going? We got to go downtown. What am I supposed to say to these people? I don't know. Make it up, okay? So a lot of times it's at the hip. I have to be professional right at the hip, just spare the moment. But getting those lessons, and then, I mean, even down to the career fairs. Like, do y'all see the career fairs here? I mean, when I was here, the career fairs were so detailed, because they we had classes on interview etiquette and and business etiquette, how to wear your tie, how to wear a suit, and all these different things. Like, I learned in college. I learned here at little bitty LeMoyne-Owen College, and here I am working for this huge big old FedEx in corporate America with a singing degree. That shows well-roundedness, and I got that from being here. So that's been a nutshell. Was that good, or am I supposed to keep talking? Because I don't know. I can make something up. Guide me here. What am I doing here? Okay.
Did you become an alpha after or before becoming Mr. LeMoyne-Owen, or like during your time? And how did you manage school, becoming an alpha, and holding the title?
Okay, that's good. That's a very good question. So let me regurgitate your question back to you, just to make sure I have what you're asking. So you asked me, did I become an alpha before or after becoming Mr. LeMoyne-Owen? I became an alpha before. I became an alpha as a sophomore. I became Mr. LeMoyne as a junior. So luckily I didn't have to deal with becoming an alpha. Alpha is a non-hazing organization. Luckily I didn't have to deal with becoming an alpha while doing all that. But being an alpha at LeMoyne-Owen was a challenging thing, and being Mr. LeMoyne-Owen too, because at the time, because accreditation was an issue, the population wasn't there. So it was only a couple of us on campus. But I guarantee you, the staff knew exactly every alpha on campus, because I don't know if y'all know, but the alphas run the yard. Front was and back was, baby. That's just what we do. You know what I mean? You're going to see us in the royal court. You're going to see us on the SEA. You're going to see us just in the cafeteria. You're going to see us talking to every staff and every faculty member on campus. You're going to know who the alphas are. That's just what we do. And I taught that to these two young men sitting up front right now. I taught y'all real well. Not hazing y'all, though, because we're not a hazing organization. But to balance it, everything comes to delegation. Even though I wasn't the president of the chapter here of Alpha Phi Alpha at Beta Xi, I wasn't the president but you would think I was, you know. I had to delegate different tasks, and on top of that, I mean, it was a lot of time I was spread thin. A lot of days I was doing something for Mr. HBCU or Mr. LeMoyne-Owen. Because I'm telling you, like, spare the moment. You have no idea how many times Ms. Minna called me. Spare the moment had to go somewhere and speak on behalf of LeMoyne-Owen, and then leave there and then go do something for my fraternity. So balancing and juggling, you can do whatever you want to do. That's the thing. If somebody tell you, "Oh, I ain't got time," it's just because they don't want to make time for you. You make time for what's important. And at the time, thank God, what was important for me was my college. Otherwise, I'm not sure if y'all would be getting education here today, or we would have faculty here taking care of their family, getting a paycheck, you know? So thank God I found LeMoyne important enough to make it a priority. So did I answer your question? Oh yeah, ask away.
You and your wife, did you guys like meet each other? Well, I know you met at LeMoyne, but when you dated at LeMoyne, and then y'all
I,
met after, or
I hear you. I hear you laughing back there, Miss Salisbury. Miss Salisbury is very close to my wife and I's marriage. So I mean, I wish she was watching right now, but she's school teacher, so she can't watch. Uh, okay, so I tell you, I'll give y'all a story. I don't mind, cause how much time I got? I ain't got that. I mean, I ain't gonna talk forever. But just how much time I got for this, so I can know how long I can talk. Okay, all right. So let me tell my wife my story. Okay, so um, my wife got here. I was pledging alpha, so I didn't talk to her when she first got here because I was pledging alpha, and but I used to watch her on campus because she was fine, and so I eventually ended up meeting her because we were in the gospel choir, and Miss Salisbury was over the gospel choir. You still in the gospel choir, Mama? Okay. So we were in the gospel choir. She ended up joining the gospel choir. And I was like, she fine. So we ended up having this like weird like family type thing. So it was a couple of us. We called each other, you know, husband and wife and all this stuff. So me and my wife at the time, we were not dating or nothing, but we called each other husband and wife because we were in the gospel choir. So for those who don't know, the Bible does say, watch what you say, because you usually let you know. But we spoke it into existence, like we really did. We weren't dating. We didn't date until my last semester of college, because she still had time here because she was the baby. I was robbing the cradle. Uh, but so we would call each other husband and wife while we were in the choir. And Miss Salisbury was like, "Child, y'all need to stop playing. Go ahead and get together." Because that's how Miss Salisbury talked. "Child, y'all need to stop playing and go ahead and get together." I was like, "Miss Salisbury, we don't even like each other like that." And then we ended up dating. And yeah, a couple years later, we ended up married. My wife and I, we dated for 4.5 years. We dated 2 years long distance. I was living in Tampa, Florida. My wife was living here. So that was tough. But like I said, you can do what you want to do. So if anybody's out there having a long distance relationship and don't work out, it's because somebody didn't want it to work out. So you can do what you want to do, whatever you value and you find important, you can make it work. So we dated for 2 years, long distance, and we ended up engaged, and we lived in Florida, and then we ended up moving back to Memphis because I don't run my house. So she said, "We got to move back. We got to move back." So here we are, man. And but God has a plan. He's got timing for everything. And I believe I'm back for a reason, in a lot of different ways, you know, to help a lot of different things. And I guess I'm back here for this too, to talk to y'all. But that's me and my wife's love story. So we're technically college sweethearts, but we only dated in my last semester in college, and her last year in college.
y'all kind of sweethearts though, because you was liking on her, you just didn't
Yeah, you know what I mean. But I was I was a pimp back in the day. No, I'm just kidding. But she wasn't studying me, man. She wasn't even studying me, y'all. I was Mr. LeMoyne. How you not? I was Mr. Popular on campus. How you don't like me? Had to wear it down though. You know what I'm saying? Had to wear it down. Had to put the charm on her. Bet the eyes. I got some pretty eyelashes. I had to bet the eyes at her. That's how I got away with everything. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't understand. You always got questions? Please ask me questions, y'all. I want to answer them. What you need, Keelan? What you want? What advice would I give to students who want to get involved in organizations? Are you speaking of? Yeah. Okay. So, like, are you organizations? Are you talking about any organization, or are you talking about fraternities and sororities? I got you. My advice is don't let fear be a mind killer, because a lot of times people don't get involved because they're afraid of being rejected. Um, with anything, you don't want to lose, you don't want to fail. You can't grow unless you go through some type of trial and tribulation. I mean, I find it funny that I ask God to make me stronger for my family. This is what I'm praying for. Please make me stronger for my family. He gave me more trials and tribulations. you know um I pray for God to soften my heart. He gave me somebody to care for. He gave me kids. You know what I'm saying? So don't be afraid of the task. Especially when it comes to LeMoyne. My best advice to get involved is just get involved. Get around the people that you want to be involved with. If you want to join a certain fraternity or sorority, you need to be around them. If you want to get picked by them, get around them. If you want to be a part of SGA, who's over SGA? Get around them. Because same thing with me. I wouldn't have been a part of Royal Court had I not have been around Ms. Mentor. If you want to be a part of Royal Court, you know who's over it. Be on campus. You can't be involved if you're not on campus. You can't. There's no way that because most of these things you gotta get voted in, right? You can't get votes if people don't know you. So my best advice is just get here. Be on campus. Be excited about being on campus. I know it's a crazy year with COVID and stuff like that, but if you are a part of the campus, you can be here. I can't be up here. I'm old and decrepit compared to students. But if you attend here, get your butt up here. I mean, that's simple. You know what I mean? Get on campus, man. It's a lot to do. Like we used to just sit every Friday. We had a DJ in the student center. I don't know if y'all do this no more, but y'all, if not, this is something once campus gets back, man, start back doing that. We had a DJ, this I guess for the student activities director. We had a DJ in the student center right in the little lobby area every Friday. So every Friday was like a yard show. You know what I mean? And because there's two different reasons. One, it drew the students in. The students were always coming through to see us, line dancing and stuff like that. But then on top of that, Friday was a big day for recruitment. They would bring tours and stuff like that most of the time on Fridays. And then you see those high school students come in and see these Greeks, line dancing, and most of the campus is in this little bitty area up here, coming in and coming out of the cafeteria. It's just, it moves so much energy into the student center to where, it got everybody there. Even if you, like you said, if you're somebody that's not involved in campus, if you're just going to, GOH or something like that, then you hear this music, you're more than likely going to walk in the student center. Now you're getting a different demographic of people to be even just slightly more involved in the campus. And that's what made my time at LeMoyne, the involvement in campus. That's the reason why I loved LeMoyne so much, because I did everything. I did everything. I mean, everything. It doesn't matter. You need help here? Yeah, let's go. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we got Jerome at the volleyball game. Mr. LeMoyne-Owen at the volleyball game. You know what I mean? Like everything. I was everywhere when it came to LeMoyne. And I was like a walking billboard for LeMoyne. I still am. You know, I don't care who it is. Somebody talk about LeMoyne, I'm gonna give you my positive spiel. You got a hand up. My advice is to let you know that that piece of paper that you're gonna get when you leave here don't matter if you can't back it up. That's my advice. When you go into corporate America, if you forget the paper saying LeMoyne or U of M, I'm just telling you now, it doesn't matter when it comes, because before I worked with FedEx, I left this out of my story, but I was an area manager for Hertz Rental Car. So what that means is I ran the entire city of Memphis, Hertz Rental Car, like the entire city of Memphis. So I fired people. That's what I did for Hertz. I guarantee you, I could care less whether that piece of paper that they had LeMoyne-Owen College, University of Memphis, Fisk, Tuskegee. I didn't care. It's about the person that's in front of me. So my advice to you or anybody else that's looking to get into corporate America or anything, when you sit across the table from anyone in an interview, make sure you're prepared. And the way to make sure you're prepared is you go through, and this is what I did when I was here, go through the job fairs, the career fairs here, go through the trainings. I'm assuming y'all still do trainings and stuff like that, right? Like go over the resumes and stuff like that. Get you an email. Miss Mary, don't laugh at me. Get you an email that's not crazy. That was I remember I went to a job fair at LeMoyne, and I gave my business card to, I'm gonna say this because I have no problem being an open book. I gave my card to a guy at a career fair. I can't remember what company, but he looked at my business card and said, "Hey, I wouldn't hire you." I said, "Why?" I was like, "Look, man, Mr. LeMoyne, dog, you know what I mean? We're around it." He said, "Look at your email address." He said, "Ain't no way in the world I'm gonna hire somebody with email address like that." Y'all want to know my email address, huh? Miss Minnie sent me an email on it. She sent me an email on it the other day. I didn't get it because I don't use it no more. I learned from that situation. That day, I went and made me a whole new email address. But my email was jrizzle, LOC at hotmail.com. That was my email address. So going through the different stages of learning while I was here, which prepared me for the corporate world. So honestly, soak up as much knowledge as you can while you're here, because it doesn't matter who you're going against if you're the best candidate. Be the best candidate for the position. Talk about why you're the best candidate for the position. It doesn't matter what your paper says. Hopefully that was inspirational. I wanted it to sound inspirational. Good question. That was a great question, though. That's a great question, because I remember going here and thinking the same thing, because we're a small college, even companies that are here don't even know about LeMoyne-Owen, which is crazy to me. So I'm thinking, hey, I got to go against these different people from all these different places, but how you carry yourself carries way more weight than that degree. What's that? What was my biggest misconception leaving college? Man, that I was gonna walk out of here and immediately make six figures. Well, not even six figures, but I mean 60,000. I thought, you know what I mean? I immediately thought I was gonna leave here and a career would fall in my lap. See, I think honestly, I think that's probably the biggest misconception for a lot of people. Excuse me. You think a career is just going to fall in your lap. It doesn't work that way. You got to pursue a career. I left here and I started teaching. I taught high school for 2 years. Taught a career development course in high school. For high schools. And then I got into door-to-door sales, man. I got door-to-door sales. I guess this is going down another story. But I got into door-to-door sales, man. And that was the roughest time of my life. And when I moved with the door-to-door sales job that I was doing, because it promised, upward mobility and a career, that you can build towards. And when I moved, I didn't have hardly any money. Ms. Mentor gave me money to help me move. So there again, LeMoyne-Owen College relationships, helped develop my life. Had I not moved, I don't know what I'd be doing right now. Had I not moved and went through almost being homeless in Florida, like you wouldn't think looking at me right now I was almost homeless, but I was a month away from being homeless in Florida with no family, nobody there. It was just me, but had I not been taught different things, honestly, it was one interview. When I started working for Hertz, I left I left Memphis with this job because they promised that, hey, we're about to grow, we're about to blow up. 6 months into us being there, they walk in on a Monday and said, hey, Wednesday's the last day this office will be open and you guys won't have a job. Excuse me? Y'all told me to move all the way from Memphis to Florida, and after 6 months, we just gonna fold in and hang it up. So one interview changed my entire life. Because I was ready from LeMoyne, I went, I had a roommate at the time, and I didn't even know. It's funny how God works, but I had never heard of Hertz Rental Car. Same way I had never heard of LeMoyne-Owen College. Never heard of Hertz Rental Car. Not once. My roommate said, hey, because he had a car. I had the car. He had a cell phone. I didn't have money to keep cell phone on. But he had a cell phone. He had a parent back here in Memphis that was taking care of cell phone bill. And he said, hey, they're doing I applied for this position at Hertz. I need you to take me because they're doing a citywide interview. I was like, well, I'm going too. I'm going to put on a student go. He was like, but you didn't apply. I said, it's okay. I'm going to go. I'm finna interview because we need this money. We walked in. I sat down politely next to him. They said, hey, y'all guys applied? Yes, I did. I sure did apply. Y'all ready to interview me? I interviewed right next to him. He interviewed with a manager. I interviewed with a manager. On the spot, interviewed. Went back to our apartment. He was like, I can't believe that just worked. I said, I can't believe either. Hopefully we get the job. We ended up maybe like a week later. They called my roommate's cell phone because I didn't have a cell phone. So on my application, on my resume, because I didn't fill out an application. On my resume, I had my roommate phone number because I didn't have a phone. And they called his phone, asked for me. Hey, we want to offer you the job. I was like, oh, great, thank you. And I said, okay, what about my roommate? He interviewed too. It was like, well, see, what happened was we only had one position open, and my roommate got a degree from University of Memphis, by the way. I have a degree from here, which shows you it doesn't matter about that piece of paper as long as you are the best applicant for the position. I got the job, and that day, my roommate asked his mom to give him some money, and he flew back to Memphis and left me by myself there. But God makes a way, man. I'm telling you, He gonna make a way. So the biggest misconception is immediately thinking that after college, everything falls in your lap. And if I can tell anybody, nothing. Well, sometimes things do fall in your lap but a lot of times you have to position yourself in the right place for it to fall in your lap. A lot of people will tell you how hard they worked, how much they grinded and all these things, and not tell you about the luck that they had. You know, I'm here to tell you, sometimes it's all about being at the right place at the right time, but being ready when you're at the right place in the right time. That's what matters. Prepare yourself ahead of time. And I think this is the reason why I believe this is a great atmosphere to help current students, is because, you know, this is technically preparing you. You know, you can't get that answer. I mean, well, you probably could, but I mean, how likely would it be for you to ask that question, you know, to somebody to say, hey, no, look, you're going to have to be prepared, and you're going to have some luck sometime too along the way. You know, it's just what it is. And well, I call it blessings, because I know God's in it for me. They might have been watching out for me, boy. Woo! Yeah, appreciate you. Good question, though, bro. Good question. Fire away. Hey, Ma. My award-winning oratory. Whew, that was so long ago. I definitely don't remember. No, I remember. I don't remember the oratory itself, but I do remember winning Mr. Oratory. So, okay, for anybody that's looking to become Mr. LeMoyne-Owen, or if you become Mr. or Miss LeMoyne-Owen, you want to go compete for Miss National Black Hall of Fame or Mr. HBCU, the most important part of the pageant is how the oratory. How can you speak on a topic and sound good while you're speaking on the topic? And for me, at the time, it was, why was the HBCU the cornerstone of the African American community, something along those lines. Yeah, I remember I added Mrs. Mentor's voicemail at the beginning of the oratory, you know, because, okay, anybody that is looking to be Mr. or Mrs. National Black or Mr. HBCU, man, listen to Miss Mentor. I've seen so many people shoot themselves in the foot, one, trying to get rid of Miss Mentor from being over it, or two, just trying to do their own thing. But I'm here to tell you, I would not have been Mr. HBCU had not been for the guidance of Miss Mentor, because her passion far succeeds anybody's passion that I can think of for LeMoyne-Owen College and the Royal Court. So whatever she's telling you for a good reason. She's got 2 Mr. HBCUs under her belt, so you might want to listen. Just saying. My availability is obviated by distal eventualities, but registering here with pertinent nominal, digital, and statistical data would effectuate immediate reciprocal communication. That was a voicemail. I don't remember anything else about the oratory, but I remember saying that. And she told me, you need an attention grabber. You need to do something to grab their attention to make them remember you. So me walking out, the first thing I said was that. These people were like, what are you talking about? You know, but I remember I organized my oratory based off of being a master of your words. Is that the high sign, like shut up? Is that the shut up high sign? Oh, you're bringing me water. Oh, well, thank you for the water, man. You sir are a gentleman and a scholar. But I organized my oratory about being a master of your words, and it went along the lines of understanding that you are how you speak, and how the African American community has kind of lost the luster of, you know, of speaking etiquettely, you know, with etiquette and eloquently. That's the word. See, I'm talking about speaking eloquently, and I can't even speak right. But learning how to speak, and because somewhere along the lines, learning how to talk with etiquette became a white thing. I don't know how that got that way, but you know, oh, why are you acting white if you speak with intelligence? Not sure how I got that way, but I'm here to tell you, it's not acting white, it's acting intelligent. So don't be afraid to sound intelligent. That's the biggest. Honestly, when I was interviewing people, a lot of times I didn't hire a lot of people because they didn't sound intelligent when they talked. So don't be afraid to sound intelligent because that goes a long way. So being a master of your words. Is that what you was wanting out of me, mama? Okay. But yeah. Good question. I'm done, I guess. I don't know. I can talk some more.
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed lunch with our legend today. Thank you for coming. If y'all haven't had anything to eat, it's still some out there. And that's pretty much concludes this presentation. Thank you all for coming.
Also, guys, if you want to talk and ask more questions, like personally, I promise you, I don't care what you ask. I'm an open book. I'll talk to you. I ain't got no problems.
That's lunch for a legend, guys.